Party Classroom. Thank you so much for tuning in today. It's so nice to have you. Before we get started with any maths work, there is something I absolutely have to show you. My boyfriend's mum has sent me a hat, but it's not just any old hat. Well, I'll let you decide what you think of the hat. Personally, I think it is totally ridiculous, but I love it because it's so silly. Would you like to see it? Oh my word. Are you ready? It is a chicken hat. I mean, who even made a chicken hat? Do any of you have a chicken hat? If you do, I definitely need to see what it looks like. I'm going to put it on. Oh my word. Oh, it's a bit tight. Oh, I need to zoom in so you can appreciate how silly this is. Oh, my goodness, can you see? Oh, I think its eyes are a little bit creepy. Oh, it is fabulous. I mean, sometimes you just have to be a little bit silly, don't you? Who said that you can't just go around in a chicken hat? You know, on a cold winter's day, put your chicken hat on. What's wrong with that? I really think maybe I could go around the supermarket in this hat, or go a little walk around my neighbourhood. I'm sure people would appreciate it and it would keep my head warm, but my head looks like the egg. Isn't that brilliant? Oh, it's super. Absolutely amazing. Now, we are going to learn today something called column subtraction. And a little secret between you and me, it's not actually that hard. Once I've taught you some of the rules you need to know in order to get all the answers correct, I have no doubt you will be able to do it and you will be utterly fabulous. You might end up being as fabulous as my new hat. Let's find out. Should we get started? Okay, so we're going to start off subtracting two-digit numbers by two-digit numbers. If you are at this stage where you are actually giving column subtraction a go, then you will be able to do this kind of thing. Some of you might even be able to look at these calculations and work them out in your head. We are all at different stages, so what I'm going to do is just go through things nice and carefully. The first calculation that we're going to look at today is this top one, 78 take away 43. Some of you will be able to do that straight away mentally, but there is a written method that you need to be confident with, so when the numbers get harder, you'll be able to whiz through them. So 78 take away 43, and I'm going to write it here. 78 take away 43. I have got my tens column and my units column. You will have come across this before when you've done addition. And then underneath, I'm going to draw my giant equal sign. Big equal sign, and my answer goes in that. Now, you might wonder, why on earth has Miss Charlotte put a tens and units inside a little house? That will become clear in a moment. We start in the units column. 8 take away 3. You might be able to know it straight away. A good thing that you can do when you're doing subtractions is instead of counting back 8 take away 3 and you're going 8, 7, 6, 5. Instead of always counting back, something really good to do is to count up. So you start at 3 and you count up to 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you know the answer is 5. Being confident counting backwards and counting up is important to be a good mathematician, okay? Inside knowledge. So we're going to put here the 5. I'm then going to move over to my next column, the tens column. And I could say 7 take away 4. Now I'm saying 7 take away 4, but what's really important to remember is those numbers are in the tens column. So even though I might say 7 take away 4, what I really mean is 70 take away 40. But what we do when we're just whizzing through our work, we just make it easier for ourselves and we would just say 7 take away 4. Of course, if you want, you could say 70 take away 40, but it's a bit of a mouthful when you've got a lot of these to do at school. So 7 take away 4, I could count upwards 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 is my answer. So I put a 3 here, but remember, it's in the tens column, so really it's a 30. So my answer is 35. Super duper. 35. Should we do the next one? 47 take away 16. 47 take away 16. My little houses will become apparent very soon. We know I'm a little bit mad, but it does make sense in a moment. Things I need to remember. I've lined my numbers up carefully in their columns. I must put my takeaway sign. Showing the operation of the calculation is really important. And then I've got to put my massive equals sign at the bottom as well, haven't I? Perfect. And then we can do the calculation again. We always start in the units column. That's important. 7 take away 6. Well, that's an easy one, isn't it? 7 take away 6. Boom. The answer is 1. And then we go into the tens column. 4 take away 1. That's how I say it. But remember, if it's in the tens column, it is 40 take away 10. Must remember that. Very important. So 40 take away 10 or 4 take away 1 is 3, which then makes the answer 31. Woohoo! 31. Amazing. So let's do one more, and then I'm going to explain why on earth I have drawn little houses. 59 take away 24. So let me rub this out. 59 take away 24. And you will see I've remembered to put the operation sign, my subtraction sign, and my massive equal sign at the bottom. So I start in the units column. 9 take away 4. I might be able to work that out in my head. I could go 9 and count backwards 9. 8, 7, 6, 5. Or I can count the other way and actually count up from 4. So I go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The answer's 5. And I put it in my equal sign. Very important to keep my columns nice and straight. Moving on to my tens. 50 take away 20. Or if I just want to whiz through and say it quickly, I could say 5 take away 2. I'm counting up 2, 3, 4, 5. How many is that? 3. So my answer becomes 35. Woo! Well, I think that is amazing. That means I can get 3 big ticks. And I can have a cheer. Woo! Well done. Okay, now I can explain to you why on earth I had written these tens and units in a little house. Now, this is to help you as the numbers get harder, because there's something we need to do. Now, your teachers might have called this borrowing. When I was at school, this is what, in the olden days, that's what we used to call it, borrowing. But these days, we just call it taking. Because when you borrow something, you tend to give it back. But we are not giving this back. All will become clear in a moment. I'll be back in a second. I'm going to write all the questions down and then we'll carry on. Okay, I have got my next examples here with me. We're going to start with the top one. 72 take away 43. Let's turn this round. Here we go. Hey presto. Now my beautiful artwork and my houses can come into play. And can I just point out, can anyone see Mrs. Chicken? I felt like it was such a good chicken, she had to be in on my little calculation today. So we've got, in our units where we always start, 2 take away 3. Hang on a minute. 2 take away 3? That sounds a bit odd. 2 is a smaller number than 3. So that's not going to work because when we do subtraction, the larger number always needs to come first, doesn't it? I can't do 2 take away 3. 3's too big. So what I'm going to do, I am imagining this here is Miss Unit. She lives very happily in her home. Her next door neighbour is Mr. 10. And everybody on Numbers Street is so nice. They're always helping each other out in different ways. So what Miss Unit is going to do is she's in a bit of a pickle, isn't she? She can't do her calculation because the number 2 take away 3, it just won't work because 3 is bigger than 2 and the bigger number needs to come first. So what she does is she goes and knocks on the neighbour's door. Hello, Mr. 10, are you in? Of course he's in because everybody on Number Street is always there to help each other out. And she says, Mr. 10, I've got a bit of a problem because I can't do 2 take away 3. Do you think you can help me? And he is so nice. He says, of course I can help you, Miss Unit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you one of my 10s because at the moment I've got 7 10s. He's got 70, hasn't he? 7 10s. I've got 7. So do you know what? You can take one back with you. And then if you're taking one away from me, then I'm going to have 6 10s left. So we cross out the 7. Goodbye, 7. And we write a number 6 next to it. The number 6 does not have to be ginormous. Just a nice, smart, fairly small number 6. And because we've got rid of a 10 here, Miss Unit's taken it back to her house. And she's taken a 10 and she's going to put it there. So we write a little number 1. So now the 2 turns into a 12. So we can now continue the calculation. 12 take away 3. Working it out carefully. Can you think what the answer is? 9. And then we can continue to look in the 10s column. Now, initially, at the beginning, Mr. 10 had 7 10s. He had 70. But he was so nice, he gave a 10 to Miss Unit, didn't he? So now, he's got 6 10s, 60. So we can say 60 take away 40, or we can just do 6 take away 4. And the answer there is 2. So the calculation, 72 take away 43, the answer becomes 29. Now, it's important that we do a few of these examples just to make sure that the information is soaking in. Should we have a go at the next one? You're doing really well. Keep focused. 41 take away 19. 41 take away 19. And you might want to write this out with me. 41 take away 19. It's always useful if you can write it yourself as well. So here I am back on Numbers Street with Mrs. Chicken having a little waddle about. And I always start in the units column. And my units say 1 take away 9. Oh, hang on a minute. I can't do that, can I? 1 take away 9. 1 is a lot smaller than 9. And remember, when we do subtraction, the bigger number always has to come first. So something's wrong here. I think Miss Unit needs to go and get some bigger numbers. So where could she go? She's going to go and knock on Mr. 10's door. Here we go. Is everybody ready to knock? Knock, knock, knock. Hello, Mr. 10. Are you there? He comes over. He says, Miss Unit, what's wrong? She says, oh, I am in such a pickle. I can't do 1 take away 9. 1's too small and my number needs to be bigger than the 9 in order to do that. And Mr. 10 is so nice. He says, Miss Unit, don't you worry at all. You can take one of my 10s. At the moment, he has got 4 10s, 40. So he's going to give one of his 10s to Miss Unit, isn't he? So we're going to cross out the 4 and we're going to leave a 3 because 3 is 1 less than 4. And we're going to take that 10 back to Miss Unit's house and put a little number 1 there. So now the calculation reads 11 take away 9. That makes a lot more sense. We can do that. Have a little think. What is 11 take away 9? Think, think, think. Tick tock. Ooh, the answer is 2. And then we can finish the calculation in the tens column with 3 take away 1, or it's 30 take away 10, but we just say 3 take away 1 just to make things easier. So the answer is 22. Perfect. Shall we have a go at the last one? Keep concentrating, you're doing really well. You just have to remember, if you don't have enough numbers in the column you're working in, you go to the next one to see if that column has any numbers that you can take back with you. So we're going to do 63 take away 24. 63 take away 24. Okay, you might want to write it out, remembering the subtraction sign and the giant equal sign at the bottom. 63 take away 24. Right, let's begin. Making numbers street nice and smart. There we go. Miss Chicken is still there concentrating. So we've got 3 take away 4. We always start in the units column. Oh dear, hang on a minute. Can we do 3 take away 4? I don't think we can we? 3 is too small. We need a bigger number to start because we need a higher number than 4 in order to complete the calculation. So, Miss Unit, she's going to have to go to Mr. 10 again, isn't she? She's going to have to go knock on his door and see if she can take a 10 off him. Are you ready to knock? Here we go. Knock, knock, knock. Hello, Mr. 10, are you there? I need your help. And here he comes, Mr. 10. He says, Miss Unit, by now, I know what you need. You don't have enough numbers in your house. You can have one of mine. So we cross out the 6. Do you remember what we might leave? Think. We leave a 5 because we've only taken 1 away. And we take that 1 back to Miss Unit's house, and that 3 turns into a 13 because we're taking back a whole 10. And 10 and 3 make 13 together. So 13 take away 4, think, is 9. And then we do our 10s, 5 take away 2, which really is 50 take away 20, 3 or 30, and then the answer is 39. So, hey presto, I can put 39, I get 3 big ticks, woohoo, and I get a cheer, hooray! Okay, so, well done. You have managed to complete the first section. There are other parts to this type of subtraction that you really need to know, such as when Mr. 10 doesn't have any numbers and there is a 0 there. What do you do next? So there's that to follow, but so far you're doing really well. I would now like you to have a go at some of the calculations that are going to come up on the screen. Try really, really hard. You've done so well. Big thumbs up. Make sure you lay your work out neatly. Try and keep all the numbers in the columns. And remember those 2 important things. You must put the operation sign, put the takeaway sign, and you must do the giant equal sign so your answer can go in between it. All right, I'll see you in a moment. Okay, how did you get on with those calculations? Are you feeling confident? If you're not, don't worry, that's fine. Go back, watch some of the video again and have another go. Sometimes this kind of work can take a little bit of time. Once you get the hang of it though, it is super easy, I promise you. We're now going to move on to the next stage. The next level, slightly harder. Introducing, on Number Street, we have Miss Unit, Mr. 10, and Grandpa 100. Let's see if we can complete this calculation. Mrs. Chicken can help us as we go. I've remembered to put my subtraction sign and my giant equal sign. I always start with the units. Here we go. 1 take away 3. Oh, for goodness sake, before we've even started, we've got into a bother. We can't do 1 take away 3, can we? 3 is too big. 1 is too small. And the bigger number has to be at the top, doesn't it, in order for us to complete the calculation. So here we go, Miss Unit again. She's going to go over to Mr. 10. Are you ready to knock? Hello, Mr. 10, you win. I need your help. And we cross out the 2. Goodbye, 2. We leave him with a 1 there because we take back a 10 back into the units column. So now, because we've taken back a 10 and we joined it up with the 1, 10 and 1, make 11. So 11 take away 3. We put the answer here, which is 8. And then we come to the tens column. 1 take away 9. Oh heck, something's gone wrong here, hasn't it? We can't do 1 take away 9. Mr. 10 has been so generous since he's known Miss Unit. He's given away all of his numbers. So what's he going to do? Where's he going to get some numbers from? He's going to go to his neighbour, Grandpa 100. Are you ready to knock? Here we go. Hello, Grandpa 100. I need your help. Grandpa 100 comes and he says, Mr. 10, what is the problem? He says, Miss Unit, over all the years, she's taken all my numbers. Isn't that terrible? I'm trying to do 1 take away 9 or 10 take away 90 and I can't. I don't have a big enough number. But Grandpa 100 is so nice. He says, look, don't you worry. Take 100 from me. So we take away 100 from this 4 or 400. We leave a 3 and we take the 1 back here. So now Mr. 10 has got 11 or 11 tens, which is 110. So it's 11 take away 9 or 110 take away 90. And then our answer there would be 2. We can carry the calculation on. It's going well now, isn't it? 3 take away 2, or because it's in the hundreds column, 300 take away 200, 1 or 100. So our answer is 128. I want us to do another one. So with your pen and paper, can you write out this following calculation for me? We are going to do 623 take away 491. This one actually is a little bit easier than the one we've just done. 623 take away 491. We always start in the units column. Here we go. 3 take away 1. Phew! Brilliant! We can actually do this. 3 take away 1 is 2. Tens column. 2 take away 9. Can't do it, can we? It won't work. 2 is too small. So we go to the next one. We go to Grandpa 100, who is very kind. They're all very nice numbers on Number Street. We leave a 5 and we take 1 back. So now it's 12 take away 9, which is 3. And then we can do 5 take away 4, which is 1. So 623 take away 491 is 132. I am going to put some calculations up on the screen and I'd now like you to have a go at completing them. Stay focused, you can do it. You're doing so well. Just keep that concentration going a little bit longer, okay? Welcome back to Number Street. You're working very hard. Let's keep going. This is the last section of things you need to learn when using this type of subtraction. So we have got here 402 take away 173. The thing in this calculation that is going to cause us some bother is this 0. In fact, I'm going to turn this 0 into a sad face. Oh dear. That 0 is going to cause us a little bit of bother, but nothing we can't handle because we are amazing at subtraction now, aren't we? So remember, we always start in the units column. So shall we give it a go? 2 take away 3. We can't do that, can we? 2 is a smaller number than 3, so we can't work that out very easily. We need to go to Mr. 10 and ask if we can take any of his numbers. Hello, Mr. 10, do you have any numbers I can have? Does Mr. 10 have any numbers? He doesn't. He's got 0 numbers. We can't take anything, can we? Oh dear, so Mr. 10 goes, do you know what, Miss Unit, I'm so sorry, I don't have any. You're going to have to go to Grandpa 100. So she's got to go all the way to Grandpa 100. Hello, Grandpa 100, do you have any numbers I can have? And he's so nice, he says, yes, of course. So we cross this out. That 4 turns into a 3. But instead of going straight back to Miss Unit's house, we stop off at Mr. 10's on the way. And we take 100 with us. We've taken 100 from here. We put it here. So I've made that. It looks like a number 10. I cross out the entire thing. And I take 1 away from 10, which becomes a 9. And then I take it back again to make a 12 in the units column. And then I can work the calculation out. So let me recap. There are not enough numbers here for the units column to work out the calculation. 2 take away 3 you can't do. We then went to the tens column. They had no numbers there for us to take. So we then went to the next one, which was the hundreds. And the hundreds said, yeah, you can take one of my hundreds. I'm very generous. But on the way back, all the way to the units, we stopped off at the tens. We gave a 10. Then, once we'd given a 10 or made that a 10 from 100, we could take a 10 again back to the units to make 12 for us to continue the calculation. 12 take away 3 is 9. 9 take away 7 is 2. And 3 take away 1 is 2 again. So the answer is 229. Well, let's do another one. These ones can be a little bit confusing with all the zeros, but if you just stay really focused, you can totally do this, okay? So I'm going to do, if you want to write this out with me, then you can complete it as we go. We've got 603, take away 124. Remember the subtraction sign and the giant equals. Here we go. 603, take away 124. My 4 looks a little small there, doesn't it? Should we make it a bit bigger? There we go. Okay, so we start off always as normal in the units column. And we do 3, take away 4. Can we do that? No, we can't. 3 is much too small. We can't take 4 away from it. 4 is a bigger number. So we go to the next column. Can we take anything from the next column to help us with this? No, we can't. So we go to the next column. We'll go down the whole street if we need to. Thank goodness, the hundreds column has a 6 in it, which means we can take one of these hundreds. So I cross that out and leave a 5. I take 100 with me, drop it off at Mr. 10's. But because I need to get my number all the way back to the units, I'm going to cross that out and leave a 9. And then take the 1 over to the units column to make 13. 13 take away 4. I can definitely do that now. So now that is a 9. 9 take away 2 becomes 7. And 5 take away 1 becomes 4. So 603 take away 124 becomes 479. Let's have a go at one more. Stay focused. You are amazing. You're doing so well. Write this out with me. All right, let's do one more. I'd like you to write 701, take away 593. Remember the subtraction and the giant equal sign. Here we go. Always start in the units column. 1, take away 3. Can't do it. It's not going to work. So I go to the next door neighbour. He's not got any for me. So I go to the next column. I'll go down the whole street if I need to. Here we go. I can take 100 from the 700. So if I take 100 from the 700, that leaves a 6. I take one here to make 10 or 100. I'm going to cross it out and leave a 9. And then I'm going to take one back to the units to make 11. So 11 take away 3 is 8. So that's a bit of a squiggly 8, isn't it? I'm sure you can read it though. 9 take away 9 is 0. And 6 take away 5 is 1. So 701 take away 593 is 108. Well done. This is where it's got a little bit trickier, isn't it? We've not got even into the thousands yet, but if you can do this, you will be able to do 628,421 take away 5,632. You'll be able to do all those big numbers if you get the hang of this, which I'm sure you are now. I'm going to put some calculations up on the screen, and I'd really like you to sit now and just have a go at completing them. I'll see you in a moment. Okay, how have you found that? I hope it's been all right. If you've not managed to get some of the questions correct, do not worry. Leave the video, come back to it another day, and you will get the hang of it. Over time, I will put more videos up of the same kind of calculations that can help you. All right. If you got them all correct, big thumbs up. Well done. That is amazing. It's really good to learn lots of different methods to complete the same kind of calculations. For addition and subtraction, column method like this is my favourite. I find it a lot easier than some of the other ones. So stick with it. You're all brilliant. And I think we should celebrate. Woo! Brilliant. It's nice to get the pom-poms out so I can give a big cheer. Hooray. Let me hear the crowd. Woo! Okay, so it is party time. You've managed to do it. Absolutely brilliant. So I'm pleased with you, and I will see you next time. Bye for now. Bye from the party classroom.
I can't forget the day we met. Your eyes so blue, me pressing through. I can't forget the day we met. Your smile so bright, it made me swoon. Our love is like a summer's day.